present the hilarious new game, Make Me Laugh.
And tonight our comics are going to attempt to break up 4 prominent personalities, each of whom will be playing as a proxy for one of you at home. Rocky Graziano. Kim Hunter. Skitch Henderson. And Greta Tyson. And here are tonight's comedians, Louis Nye, Orson Bean, and Joey Carter. And here is your Make Me Laugh host, Robert Hugh Lewis.
Grab that thing or all go up in smoke. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Make Me Laugh. You have just met our 3 comics who obviously wanted to get the show off with a bang. We'll meet our first contestant in just a moment, but let's have a few words first about mildness in a cigarette. The special kind of mildness in filter tip tarry.
Mildness, 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 mildness.
Thank you.
Mildness makes the difference in a filter tip Tarryton, filter tip Tarryton. Mildness makes the difference.
And when you're a steady smoker, how that mildness counts. You don't smoke just one cigarette. You smoke pack after pack, day after day. That's why Tarryton's special kind of mildness is so important to you. Mildness that comes from good-tasting mild tobaccos and a filter that really filters. Mildness that makes Tarryton easy to get along with. Your taste stays fresh, clean, wide awake. You get more enjoyment pack after pack, day after day. Try Tarrytons. You'll see.
Smoke filter tip Tarryton, filter tip Tarryton. Mildness makes the difference.
That is the name, filter tip tarried. And why don't you try them and see what a wonderful difference mildness makes. Now then, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a whole lineup of celebrity guest star contestants, each one of whom will be playing for one of you at home who sent in a proxy card. Our first contestant is the world-famous author, actor, raconteur, and sportsman, Mr. Rockard Graziano. Hi, Rock. Well, how is Martha Ray's favorite Goomba?
Fine, Bob, just fine.
You look pretty good, kid. As a matter of fact, what's up? I hear you've been refereeing lately.
Yeah, I'm the 3rd guy in the ring now, and I watch the other guys catching the beatings.
Does this mean that you have completely disregarded your great activity in the art of Thespis?
Oh, no, Bob. I just finished the picture with...
You knew what I meant.
No.
All right. Tell about the acting.
I just pulled a...
Tell about the acting. Go on.
I done a picture with Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing a dramatic picture named Buddy-O.
Buddy-O?
Looks pretty good, a drama picture, and I hope the actor studio is looking at me because...
I hope so. I hope Cary Grant sees the picture. You'll be great. All right, Rod. We want to get to the show now. You know what you have to do. We'll ask you now to pick one of those cards out of the proxy file over... A couple of stragglers just walked in. Would you go on over there, pick a card out of the proxy file, and we'll find out who it is that you're playing for tonight. Rocky reaches in. Penny Peterson has helped. And let's see who it is, Rock.
Betty Cutler.
Mrs. Betty Cutler of the Bronx, New York. Okay. That's who you're playing for. You're all set to go. You know the rules. Yeah. All right, up you go, Rock. Rocky Graziano says, make me laugh, Joey Carter.
What do you suppose? Somebody stole my clothes. Hey, Rocky, you ever see this kind of guy on the beach? He walks out and he says, where's the girls? No girls? Let's go into water, fellas. I have a song for you, Rock. Hey, you know, Rock, how many fights did you have? Mike, that's more than Nelson Maxwell had. Rocky Graziano, a champ in the world of sports. He never lost a fight, maybe won, but he never lost his shorts. myself. I had to give it up. I had bad hands. The referee kept stepping on him. Let me put it this way, Rocky. You do a lot with kids, right? I have a little kid, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Worried about him. He's 15 years old. I think you did something. Let me try it this way, Rock.
Very good, though, Joey. One thing, Rock. One concession you must make to the boys is you've got to look at them. You've got to look at them. All right, Louis Nye is up next. Come on, Louis.
Well, Rock, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take the opportunity at this particular time to welcome this great person of the fistic world. And tonight here in the studio, we also have a young kid, and I want you to give him his blessing on this particular night. I'm going to bring the kid out here now. Get ready, kid. His name is Monty Kipper.
Hi, Rock. How are you? Oh, well, what I've been doing out on the West Coast is more or less of a... This is one that's been kind of effective. It's called a right gash blurb. That's pretty good. Then I usually follow up by looking up as if something's happening up there, and then I come back with a crown burgle. And it's been working out pretty good. It's so nice to talk to you. And you know, Rock, I was thinking that when you used to do this kind of a thing that I thought was pretty cute, you know which way I do it now? This way. It's all been working out.
Rock, that's a good workout. All right, let's try now with Orson Bean. Orson?
Hello, Rocky. I've admired you for many years, both as a fighter and as an actor. I've done very little fighting in my life, but I did have a fighter in my family, my Uncle Ordway from Quincy, Massachusetts. He was known professionally as Killer Bean. Did quite well at it, and he became the fighting favorite of 2 continents, Greenland and Africa. I have a big surprise for all the people sitting downstairs. The balcony is loose. The closest I ever got to fighting, Rocky, was at Harvard. See, I went to Harvard, and I almost joined the Harvard boxing team, but I couldn't quite make it. I just couldn't go for the Harvard uniform. I mean, tweed trunks.
I think the tweed trunks got him. Let's find out how long Rock did last. Glenn Riggs?
In the third round, 158 seconds.
Oh, boy, that's pretty darn good. 158 seconds means $158 to your proxy player, Mrs. Betty Cutler of the Bronx, New York. Congratulations. And Rock, for you, with our compliments, many thanks, and a carton of filter tip Tarryton. Thank you. Comes now our next guest star contestant, a most lovely lady, ladies and gentlemen. Not only a beautiful lady, but an Academy Award-winning actress, Miss Kim Hunter. I am delighted. This is the first opportunity I have had to meet you, and I am honored and privileged. I have enjoyed your work so very much.
Thank you, Bob, very much.
As a matter of fact, I think my 2 favorites, I don't know about you folks out there, but my favorites were A Streetcar Named Desire and Stairway to Heaven.
I think maybe they'd qualify as mine, too. I had very handsome leading men in those, too, I must say. David Niven and Marlon Brando.
Indeed you did. And your next leading man, according to my information, is Barry Sullivan.
Yes, I leave on Monday to go out to California to do a climax show called Cabin B-13.
Well, good.
Barry and I will be together in that.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Now, Kim, may I call you Kim?
You may.
You may call me Cusey. Tonight, each one of our... No, don't start now. Each one of our guest star contestants is playing for someone at home. Will you help by reaching into the proxy drum? Penny Peterson is over there. And would you help and find a name for us, please? There we go. Now, for whom are you playing?
Mrs. Elsie Elverman.
That's me!
Mrs. Elsie Elverman of Wilmot, Wisconsin, I believe. I believe that's what it is. It's Elsie Elverman. All right, now you know our game. It's very simple. All set? Just don't laugh, but look at the comedians. Right? Up you go. I love enough to scare them that way. Kim Hunter says, make me laugh, Joey Carter.
Whenever you're on Broadway, the tickets sell in advance. Whenever I try to do a show, somebody steals my pants. It happened, honestly. Maybe I can use it, though. Look. This is long underwear you're supposed to do in the first sketch, remember? I'm going to use this. Remember when you were at Marlon Brando in that show, The Streetcar? Impression of Marlon Brando. Stella. Sounds like Rocky Graziano, doesn't it? Stella, the reason I walk around in underwear and never wash is because I'm a slob. How about this one? Here's an impersonation of a midget blowing his nose. Roy Rogers. Howdy, friends and neighbors. Hi, kids. My horse, Trigger's smart. Trigger, how much is 2 and 2? Come on, boy, one more. The man on the street. The man on the street. And tell me, sir, how long have you been a riveter? I'm doing comedy and you're doing tragedy.
Very good, sir. Very good job. All right, it's 1 minute. Let's try now with another great artist, Mr. Louis Nye.
Kim and Lou, we could open a Chinese restaurant. I know I would like with you to play Summer Stock. I once knew a wonderful Italian father that adopted a Chinese son, and they were in business together, and one day I walked in and I heard the father say, "Hey, look, Wanga Hao. That's all right, but what do you do? But I'm getting tired of this cuisine."
Father, it is all right. I don't like petoa. It's not good, Father.
I know, kid, but once in a while you gotta mix up with the menu.
I know, Father, but I can't mix up a menu. I like what I like, you like what you like. For your song, Kumayana, I want to play Summer Stock with Kim.
Really saved by the bell. Saved by the bell, indeed. Here comes Orson Bean.
Hi, Kim. You know, Fred Allen used to spend his summer vacations in a little seacoast town on the seacoast of Maine. And this town was so dull that one day the tide went out and never came back.
That does it. That does it. Let's find out exactly how much that does. What do you say, Glenn Riggs?
Kim almost got another Academy Award, almost made it the full way, but she registered 138 seconds.
138, which means Mrs. Elsie Elverman of, I believe, Wilmot, Wisconsin. You have won $138, and you have our eternal thanks, Kim Hunter, and also with our compliments, a carton of Filter Tip Tarragon. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Well, right now, let's go from the present to the future present. And by golly, you better have one. Of course, I mean next Sunday. And next Sunday, of course, is Father's Day. What have you got lined up for Pop? I hope something like we have over here, like breakfast in bed. And while he's enjoying that breakfast in bed, maybe you can slip the morning paper, his favorite one, right next to the tray. And that might be a darn good time to bring him his present. This is what we would like to suggest. A carton of Filter Tip Tarragon. It's the gift that he can start enjoying right away because, believe me, in Filter Tip Tarragon's, mildness makes the difference. You see, Tarragon's have a special kind of mildness that makes them so darn easy to get along with. They keep your taste so clean and fresh and wide awake. And that's why, as Dad smokes them, he'll continue to get more enjoyment, pack after pack and day after day. So may I suggest that in Tarragon's, mildness makes a wonderful difference in your smoking? Why not tomorrow or Saturday, while you're doing the weekend shopping, pick up a carton or two of Filter Tip Tarragon. Get a special one for Pop's Day on Sunday. He will love them, and he will love you for having gotten them. This is the thing to look for. There it is, a delightful smoke. Filter Tip Tareyton. There you go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, You're Ernie Kovacs.
I'm over at the Schubert Theater. I was watching Bells Are Ringing. It's intermission. I came out for the orange juice.
We are prepared for every exigency.
Hello, Orson.
There you are, sir.
I didn't know you were in Bells Are Ringing.
How's your lovely wife?
Wonderful.
And how are you? You've
Pit, huh?
Sure. Don't drink it. Be very careful. Incidentally, I'd like you to know
for
that...
the pit's pretty cheap.
Ernie.
Sidney Chaplin's in Bells Are Ringing, and it's breaking up our poker games. I'd like him to get out of the show. I'd like you to know.
I understand that you have just either completed or are in the process of completing Bell Book and Candle for Columbia Pictures. Here, Ernie. Cat. And thank you for smoking your filter-tip Tareyton cigar.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, Ernie. All I can say about our next guest star contestant is Beaver Skitch Henderson, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
It's just wonderful to see Ernie.
It is great to see Ernie. I'm almost anxious. I'd like to go across the street and see Bells Are Ringing so I can see some more. Skitch, I do want to say one thing. I had the pleasure of seeing you conduct for Van Cliburn on their television appearance on Steve's show. And I must tell you, you were just fantastic. Congratulations to you. You must have to love this to do it as well as you do.
Well, of course, that I hope is basically my career, which most people don't realize that I'm a serious musician. I have a couple of more concerts this summer, one with the Denver Symphony at Red Rocks. I think it's the 22nd of July. And another one with the Miami Symphony, August the 10th, which closes their summer season down there. So that's basically what I really am.
What I am curious about is, with all this television work, with your symphony appearances, your conducting, your piano playing, tending that growth, how do you find time for your sports cars?
Well, you have to have a diversion of some kind. I used to fly in the Air Force and the reserves, but the years began to catch up a little bit, so I decided that sports cars have always been a love of mine. I work in association with Daimler-Benz, and I drive a Mercedes-Benz, so that's 300 SL Roadster, as a matter of fact.
That's a beautiful car.
Beautiful.
Why do you not walk over now and let's find out for whom you are playing?
I'd be glad.
Attaboy. Over to the proxy bin. Penny Peterson is there. Skitch reaches in, pulls a card, and the name on the card is...
Mrs. Lewis Martin, box 237, Lehigh, Iowa.
And that is the lady for whom you are playing, Mrs. Lewis Martin. Okay, you know the rules.
I think
Up you go. Skitch Henderson says, make me laugh, Joey Carter.
Skitch, don't get mad and don't get jealous, but I just saw Steve Allen talking to Jose Mellis. You know, I have a friend of mine got himself a foreign car last week, cost him $42,000. Had sent over airmail. Took him 3 weeks to pull the stamps off. But you know that this year, Detroit is coming out with a car that has one button in it. You push a button, the door opens, go out and take a cab. You asked for it, Skitch. A folk song. It's called I'll Never Forget What's Her Name. You know, I sang Molly Malone one night, and the guy was in the audience crying, and I said, what's the matter, you Irish? He said, no, I'm a singer. Well, I ain't crazy about your music either.
How long does Skitch last? Skitch was a great audience for Joey, Robert Q. 51 seconds.
51? No, wait a minute now. It's less than a minute. Let's give him another chance, Joey, shall we?
Please.
Huh? May we do that? All right, then let's carry on now with Mr. Louis Nye. Come on, Louis.
So, how are you fixed for play?
How many rules can we break tonight? You want to take one more little... What do you say? Shall we do it, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Louis, go ahead.
Then I get back in the bush. Many of my friends out here in the audience don't know that this wonderful person here, besides being a marvelous conductor, is a foreign sports car enthusiast. If those foreign cars don't like it here, let them come back where they came from. He's the only conductor that has a white gold baton. That's a little bummer in Fleisch's book. By that it was a bummer. Myself, I was a conductor for 12 years, but I couldn't stand the subway. Tell me, du erst lobster? Let me dribbles down and gets under the Untenfleiber. That you do the Untenfleiber. Surprise!
I'm afraid we'll have to call it quits there. Glenridge, how long?
94 seconds, Robert.
That's pretty darn good.
I work with comics. That's the way I make my living, and I love comics. This is something that is...
Well, they love you. You're a good audience.
I stand backstage, Miss Sarah.
All right. Mrs. Louis Martin. In Lehigh, Iowa, I'm delighted to tell you you have won $94. And for you, Skitch, you did well. A nice glass of orange juice we have left over, and a carton of Filter Tip Tarleton. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to see you, Skitch. There we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce a lovely, lovely lady, a very good actress and a very beautiful, beautiful lady, Miss Greta Tyson. Greta? Good evening, and welcome indeed to our show. May I say it is a pleasure to greet you. I don't think anyone watching does not know that one time Miss Tyson was Miss Denmark, and in our hearts, she will be Miss Denmark forever.
It looks like it.
In addition to that, I know that you are doing a great deal of good acting lately. It says here in the West Coast, you just were in the production of Pajama Tops. Is acting going to be it for you?
Yes, I study with Lee Strasberg, and I'm going to do summer stuff this Monday. I leave it to 2 weeks, and I do 4 different shows.
Very good. What plays are you doing?
I'm doing I Am a Camera, For Love and Money, and Gigi, and the 4th one I don't know yet.
Very good indeed. Well, will you be good enough to go on over there and pick us a proxy card, Greta Tyson?
Yes.
Thank you so very much. We'll see who Greta is playing for in just a moment. Penny is 2 beautiful girls. There we go. Thank you, Greta. Thank you very much. And tonight you are playing on behalf of Mr. Sam Kalish of Brooklyn, New York. So, Mr. Kalish, stand by. Greta, you know our rules and how we play the game. Okay, up you go. Greta Tyson says, make me laugh, horse and beans.
Greta Tyson, you're a fine, healthy girl. And you're a credit to your race. And I think you're beautiful, and you could bring back Danish pastry. I went to high school with a girl that looked exactly like you. I was wild for this girl, but she had nothing to do with me because I couldn't make the football team. And she could. A fine girl, a Dartmouth girl, as I recall. Saw some things here in the paper, pretty interesting. There's a column here of questions and answers. Here's one. Someone has written in here and says, did the invasion of Hannibal cause the downfall of the Babylonian Empire? And the fellow says, it's beginning to look that way. Here's one here. This is a syndicated column called Whittaker Beasley and his column of advice to people with poignant problems. And here's a girl who writes in. She says, dear Whittaker Beasley, she says, I'm a girl, 16 years old, but look 18. She says, I'm very much in love with the boy next door who is 19, but looks 12.
There you go. Has 1 minute gone by? Now, don't laugh. Let's look at them, but don't laugh if you can help it. All right, Joey Carter.
Greta Tyson, on behalf of all the American men, I should like to say, Malone! Greta, you're a former Miss Finland, aren't you? Miss Denmark. My wife is a former Miss America. Of course, there were only 13 states then. Did you ever hear of Marie McDonald, the body? My wife was the fender. Let's give me a chance and get an interpreter. I'll tell you what I'll do for you, Greta. I'll sing. Do you like songs? Here's a beautiful old song I wrote. It's entitled A Beautiful Old Song I Wrote. Did she laugh?
ties and lasters, then, Riggs?
In the second round, 102 seconds.
Very good. Then $102 to Mr. Sam Kalish. And our congratulations, Sam, for you, Greta, our many thanks, and the carton of Filter Tip Tarleton. Thank you so very much. Whoa, wait a minute. There you go. You scared the dickens out of me there, Joey. Well, before we carry on with the show tonight, how about a Tarleton, huh? Have one. They're so darn easy to get along with, and here is the reason why.
Mildness, 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 mildness makes the difference. In a Filter Tip Tarleton, Filter Tip Tarleton, mildness makes the difference. Pack after pack, with each puff you take, your taste stays clean, fresh, wide awake. Mildness, 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 mildness makes the difference. Smoke Filter Tip Tarleton, Filter Tip Tarleton, mildness makes the difference.
Righto. And as a matter of fact, remember, just 2 more days till Father's Day. Still plenty of time, though, to surprise Dad with a carton or 2, maybe, on Sunday morning. I know you'll like them. Filter Tip Tarleton. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun show, but tonight is sort of a sad show for us, because tonight we conclude the current series of Make Me Laugh. And I'm happy to say that I think we have kept the promises we made to you on our very first show. We said at that time that you would be meeting a lot of comedians, new ones, favorites of yours, people who would be favorites of yours. And from our mail response, we have kept you laughing. We are happy about that. We have had a wonderful time these many weeks, and I should like, on behalf of everyone associated with this production, from our producers all the way down, to thank our crew here in the theater, our camera crew, our audio crew, the guys in those pits that you never see, our stage crew at the little theater here at the American Broadcasting Company. Thank them so much for their wonderful cooperation in these weeks. And what is more, I should like to thank all the people we've had on our show. Some wonderful comedians, some wonderful guest stars, but most importantly, we should like to thank you, all of you at home. Until we meet again, then, this is Robert Q saying good night to you all and reminding you to try milder Filter Tip Tarleton. I know you'll like it.
Make Me Laugh has been brought to you by Filter Tip Tarleton Cigarettes.
Smoke Filter Tip Tarleton, Filter Tip Tarleton, mildness makes the difference.
Filter Tip Tarleton is a product of the American Tobacco Company. Remember, tobacco is our middle name.
Transportation for Make Me Laugh is arranged by American Airlines. Miss Peterson's dress by Miss Seidel of Fifth Avenue. Facts make the profits of gloom look pretty silly. Average family income has never been higher. Want the facts? For free booklet, Your Great Future in a Growing America, write Box 1776, Grand Central Station, New York. Make Me Laugh is under the complete worldwide supervision of Mr. Sam Bobrick. The Make Me Laugh theme song has been recorded by Joe Sherman and his orchestra for Epic Records.
Lou Burdett, Warren Spahn, and Hall of Famer Gabby Hartnett meet at the Baseball Corner Sunday night. Join them on ABC Television Network.